The home inspection overview of unit 7544. I'm going to start here in the attic and take a look at a couple of things. The insulation here obviously is foam. I measure it here with a tape measure in the different spots as well. Between 6, 7, 8 inches in some places, which is typical. So they did a good job with the insulation. The trusses are pretty well held. Obviously, you cannot see on top because of the foam, but also the foam holds it in place. Obviously not part of the structure, but behind the foam, there's also plates just like these that are holding it together. And we saw some of those in the garage attic because there's no foam there. Okay, so this is the air handler. This is what pushes the air throughout your house. It has the new refrigerant. In this particular case is R454B, and it's basically replacing the 410A. So you have the most up-to-date refrigerant in here right now. So I'm going to go down and then we do the interior, finish up on the exterior, and we go item by item. I'm going to point out a couple of things. There might give you tape for you to tape areas that need to be repaired, or this would be considered cosmetic. Might have put it on the report anyway, and for them to do a better job with the drywall at different locations. Okay, there's a little bit of stress crack and on the ceiling, which is typical, and a year from now there will be more. All right, so I go around and I check the outlets with this tester. Is a GFCI tester, ground fault circuit interrupter, and black, white, and green. And if I test this, it's going to go off, which it already did. It's in, to reset it, it's out in the other bathroom, okay? So you just have to reset it. I'll show you when I get to the other bathroom. Here, washer, dryer. The dryer, we turned it on. We're able to see it. Obviously, it needs to be connected to the back. And in here, there's no connection at all. We need the valves to be connected and the drain to be punched out here for your drain hose. This is a fresh air intake because you have foam. It also exhausts the laundry room, so it's a dual purpose, basically exhaust fan. So I could not test the AC, number one, because it's too cold. The temperature has to be below 65 degrees outside, and it was 50 degrees. The heat could be tested, but the superintendent was supposed to give me the code, and he said he cannot find it. So we couldn't test the AC units. We're only able to see the equipment. So going around, I check all the outlets, like I said here, and I check all the outlets that are available. And this is in this guest bedroom. This is where the GFCI is. This is where you reset to make sure that all the outlets work. And sometimes when it does not work, then you have to go to the breaker. So here's the reset button. Push that, and now it works. So the other one should also work. So we go back to the bathroom. Everything works here, no problem. A couple of things on the bathrooms, and I'll show them to you in a minute. The water was shut off on the toilet because it was leaking. So obviously I put it down. I also wrote back, it's written here that it's leaking, as you can tell. It looks like it's leaking from the tank. So that is that. So going back to this right here, after it was reset in the back, it's back to working. So if you ever trips in any of the outlets, you have to set it back on the guest bathroom, GFCI. So in here, I checked the water supply and the heat, obviously the hot water heater. And this is loose. They have to tighten this. And Everything else here works, but with the exception of that, it needs to be tightened. There's some areas that we have some nails popping out, as you can see, and also poor drywall texture, as you can see there. So, like I said, they're going to give you a tape for you to go around and tape a lot of things that we consider cosmetic, but obviously it's a new house and it's not cosmetic to you. So a little bit of crack in here, a little bit of stress crack in there. And then these covers are just basically for future use. There's electricity in there. I checked all the windows, they're working fine. I checked the oven and the stove, everything works, microwave works. The dishwasher is not connected, so I couldn't really check that. I was able to check the garbage disposal, and the refrigerator is not connected to the back of the water supply. So basically they would need to get all that done for you. And once it's done, I can swing by real quick and give it a check. No additional cost, because we are very close to you here. Okay, so going around, I checked all these outlets again. I checked the unit outside just to make sure that it's connected properly. I came all the way out. You have a lot of stress cracks already. Stucco is like liquid concrete, and it cracks, as you can see there. So I also wrote down that not all the locations were photographed, because sometimes it would only fix what was photographed. So I just put down that not all the locations will be photographed. Sometimes they will wait for the whole year in order for more stress cracks, and then they'll repair it for you on the 1 year anniversary, or sometimes they'll fix it prior to turnover. So it all depends on the building and the agreement that you might have. Again, more stress crack here, and they're all in the report. I opened this up, I looked inside, make sure that there's no double taps or that there's no burnt wires, and all that is good. Fiber optic cable here. I put the irrigation on manual just to check the drippers, and all that works. One other thing is it doesn't have weed barrier. It's a mesh that allows or restricts the weed for coming through your gravel. But most builders do not put it down, but I suggest that it's installed. Here are these clean outs. That is, if you have a problem with your plumbing, you get to put a snake through there and clean it out. I test your plumbing by letting the water just flow, flushing all the toilets and making sure that nothing backs up. Your doorbell works. It just needs to be reset a little bit better here. And then on these, they usually don't paint these. You have to remind them, because if you can see, then it retreats back, and then the white starts showing, especially after the sun hits it. And this is what you have here. The same thing here. So the lamp is loose. It has to be tightened. And there are no broken tiles, and I flew the drone and I did not find any broken tile. And then we go back to where we came from, and I'll send you the report along with the video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Let's finish up here in the garage. There's the attic access again. There's no insulation there. Door operated well, no problem. Here's the hot water heater. It has an expansion tank. That is because it's a closed loop, and you also have a pressure reducing valve that closes the loop. Therefore, you need an expansion tank to protect the hot water heater. Hot water heater is 50 gallons. The brand is RIM, and it gave me a temperature between 117 and 120. There's a gap in here and a gap on the other side that needs to be repaired. All right, if you have any questions, please give me a call. Thanks.